Making friends as a young man is the single most important thing you can do to ensure you have a good life, because good friends will always be there for you. So in this video, I will teach you what I call the Hive method. It will show you exactly where to find them, what to say when you meet them, how to turn them into friends, and as a bonus, how finding new friends will actually help you get a girlfriend much easier. But before we begin with the Hive method, I just want to take a minute to show you that it's not your fault that you don't have friends. The problem is, nobody tells you how to make friends basically after school. When you were a kid, friends just happened. You were stuck in the same room with the same people every day, so it was easy. But then school ends, and suddenly nobody's putting you around people anymore. And no one ever taught you what to do instead. And some guys who struggle to make friends in high school have it even harder now and end up lonely. But not because there is something wrong with them, but because you're never shown the new way. So today, I will show you. So let's start with step number 1. Hobbies, aka where to actually meet new friends. You've probably heard that you need a hobby in life, something that you enjoy and don't mind spending your time or money doing because it fulfills you. Well, what if I told you that you should not get only one hobby, but as many hobbies as possible? Think about it. Why would you want to limit yourself to just one activity? Because I'm pretty sure there are plenty of things you thought about doing in your life. Who says you can't go mountain climbing one weekend, and then skate park to the next, and play basketball on the third, and gaming on the fourth? You can do anything you want in life. There is nobody stopping you. And the thing is, you may not know what hobbies you like, but trust me, the best way to find out is to actually try them. I personally never thought I would read a book in my life, until I read one, and then I wrote one. So don't dismiss something just because it doesn't sound like you. Try it first. You might surprise yourself. Now, here's the real reason I want you to have multiple hobbies. It's not just because hobbies are fun. It's because hobbies put you around people. Every single hobby you try has people doing it. You want to run? There are people running. You want to climb mountains? There are people climbing mountains. You want to draw, paint? There are people doing that. Hell, you want to play trading cards? There are people doing that too. There is always a community for every hobby. Now, some communities are easier to find than others. When you go mountain climbing, there is usually organized group hikes that you can join. If you go to a skate park, there are people already there skating. But if you want to run, or paint, or read books, you will have to search on social media for local communities. The important part isn't which hobby you choose. The important part is that you keep putting yourself around new people. Because here's the simple truth. You cannot make new friends if you never meet new people. If all you do is work and come home and play video games and scroll on your phone and repeat the same routine every day, where exactly are these new friends supposed to come from? You have to give yourself opportunities to meet people first. And hobbies are one of the easiest ways to do that. And this leads us perfectly to step number 2, initiate. And this is the one that guys mess up the most. It's how to actually turn these new acquaintances into friends. Most guys think that making friends means walking up to a complete stranger and then magically becoming best friends. But that is not how friendships work. Friendships happen naturally when you repeatedly see the same people. You show up to your hobby every week. You start recognizing each other. Maybe one week you just say, hey. Then the next week you ask him a question. Then the next one, you ask him for advice because he's been climbing longer than you, or skating longer than you, or he's simply better at a hobby than you are. The next week, you talk a little more. Then the next one, a little more. And sooner or later, you will meet someone you naturally get along with better than with everyone else. And that is when you have to take the next step. But this is the point where most guys stop. They think, well, we already talk at the gym, or we talk at the skate park. But if you want that person to become an actual friend, someone has to make the first move. That's where you become the initiator. And I have a video on this already, so make sure to watch it after this one. Just click the card above. But basically, being the initiator is, instead of waiting for someone else to invite you somewhere, you invite them. And the beautiful thing about hobbies is that they make this incredibly easy. You can just say, hey, want to go skating this weekend? Or I'm going mountain climbing on Saturday if you want to come. Or I'm thinking about going for a run tomorrow. These invitations feel natural because you are already doing the activity together. It's much easier than randomly texting someone, "Hey, do you want to hang out sometime?" That is awkward, but hobbies give your friendship a reason to grow naturally. And don't worry if they say no once, because people have jobs, they have families, they have other plans. So just keep showing up, keep talking to people, and eventually you will find someone who says yes. And that is why the Hive method is so amazing, because it's actually a realistic way to find friends without being pushy or annoying anyone. And by the way, if you are finding this video helpful so far, then like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And this leads us to the biggest life hack for making friends fast and actually being well respected by them. So step number 3 is variety, aka build multiple friend groups. One of the biggest mistakes guys make is thinking they only need one friend group. But think about it. How many times have you wanted to go out and meet girls, but all your friends wanted to stay home and play video games? Or maybe your sports friends didn't like reading books, or your gaming friends didn't like hiking, or your hiking friends don't watch movies. Some people don't even want to go out for a coffee or beer, so why limit yourself to one group of people? Instead, try to build multiple friend groups around different parts of your life. Maybe you have friends from work, friends from the gym, friends from running, friends from basketball, friends from climbing, friends from gaming. None of these people have to know each other. The important thing is that you know all of them. Take my wife, for example, here. She's a part of so many different social circles, it's actually crazy. She has friends from work, friends from old schools, friends from different hobbies, friends she literally only grabs coffee with. And what is funny is that most of these girls don't even know each other, and some of them only hang out with her. But she's the one connecting all of these different groups together. She invited almost all of them to last year's New Year's party, and everybody was meeting someone new there. Now imagine yourself in that position. Instead of relying on one group of 5 friends to do everything with, you have different people for different parts of your life. Want to go climbing? You already know who to call. Want to grab a coffee? Different friend. Want to go skating? Another friend. Want to travel? Someone else. Life becomes so much more exciting because you are no longer depending on this one friend group to satisfy all of your social needs. But here is where this becomes really powerful. Every single friend you make has their own friends. The guy you met at a skate park might invite you to a barbecue when you meet 10 more people. The guy from your running group introduces you to his gym friends. Someone from your climbing class invites you on a weekend trip. Every new person you meet opens the door for an entirely new network of people, and those networks rarely overlap. Your climbing friends probably don't know your gaming friends. Your co-workers probably don't know your basketball friends. So instead of living inside one small social bubble, you are consistently moving between different groups and meeting new people everywhere you go. This is exactly how social circles grow. Not because you force them, but because every new friendship naturally creates opportunities for even more friendships. And before you know it, you are no longer wondering why nobody invites you anywhere. Your phone starts ringing. People start inviting you because you spent months becoming someone people genuinely enjoy having around. A quick thing. If you want to stop being weak and insecure and finally become the man who gets respected by everyone and finds true love and gets married, I wrote down the exact blueprint that got me there. It's called Top Secret Project: How Any Young Man Can Win at Life and Love. And you can grab it on Amazon right now. But you don't just get the book. When you grab a copy today, you get free lifetime access to my private Discord community to ask me any question anytime. Plus, I am including a completely free one-on-one private coaching session with me. You just show up and I will map out your exact life plan for you so you don't have to guess anymore. You are literally getting hundreds of dollars of private coaching just for the cost of one regular book, and the links to access them can be found at the beginning of the book. So click the link in the description to grab it on Amazon right now. Listen, what you are getting for this price is honestly a steal, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't keep this open for long because I physically cannot fulfill the one-on-one calls for everyone. Get it while you can. Use the email at the beginning of the book, and let's get to work. Oh, and if you don't like reading, just send me a message on Discord and I will send you the audiobook version read by me completely for free. And honestly, now is the time for the part you probably want to hear the most. So, step number 4, expand, aka how making new friends helps you get a girlfriend. You probably think finding a girlfriend means walking up to a random girl in the shopping mall or sending hundreds of DMs on Instagram. And yes, sometimes those things work. But one of the easiest way to meet an amazing girl is through the people you already know. Imagine this scenario. You decide to try skating. You go to a skate park. After a few weeks, you become friends with another guy who also skates there. Eventually, he invites you over to his house. Then you meet his sister. She seems like a nice girl, but she's not your type. And that is okay. You become friends with her too. A few months later, she invites you to her birthday party. So you go, and at that party you meet one of her friends, and you start talking. You immediately hit it off, and you start dating, and 2 years later, you get married. Do you see what just happened? Meeting your future life had absolutely nothing to do with desperately searching for a girlfriend. It all started because one day you simply decided to leave your house and try skating. One simple decision created a chain of events that eventually led you to meeting the right girl. And that is exactly how life works. You never know which random person is going to change your life. The guy sitting next to you in the gym, the person you met at a hiking trip, the co-worker who invites you for drinks after work. Any of those people could introduce you to someone who changes your entire future. And that is why I always tell guys to meet as many new people as possible. Not because every person you will meet will be your best friend. Not because every girl you meet will become your girlfriend. But because every new person creates a new opportunity. One friend introduces another, and that friend introduces another. And one invitation leads to another invitation. And eventually, without even realizing, you've built the exact kind of social life you've always wanted. So the best part of doing the Hive method is that you can start doing it right now because it works in steps. So stop waiting for friends to magically appear. Go where people are. Try new hobbies. Talk to people. Ask people questions. Become the guy who invites others instead of waiting to be invited. Because friendships don't happen by accident. They are built by one conversation, one activity, and one invitation at a time. Now, I'm going to be honest. This sounds easy, and most of the time it is, but there is something guys do that makes it infinitely harder, almost impossible to meet new friends. And that is simply being a little weird and a little off. And people don't want to hang out with people who seem a little off. So if you think that might be you, watch that video right now to see how to fix it. Remember, God is real and marriage is us.